Hello. Anyways, John from ontap mobile app. I had a question from a viewer, as well as he actually messaged, I believe, Diane through our email newsletter. But anyways, you can do that there. I appreciate it. I definitely want to answer some questions. So the one question I had is, how do you differentiate between a new craft beer? Sorry, I said I'm a new craft beer connoisseur. How do you differentiate between a stout porter, um, any other kind of beer, basically, to how do you select one ingredient out of a beer with many different things in it, so many different flavor profiles. So, anyways, so back to the whole thing of me, real quick, is like I said before, I'm a fan of craft beer. I've been drinking craft beer for over 25 years, from Samuel Adams to I don't know. I think I got some had it before, but I think I got some zombie dust coming in this weekend or whatever. So I've got I've been drinking plenty, but I don't know if the best thing is my thing is I'm not a cicerone, so I'm a fan of beer. So with that being said, one of the things is I try to make it enjoyable and let you know. So let's go to your question about what's the difference between a stout and a porter, for example. It's a malt profile. It depends on what it is. Malts are sometimes a little bit more robust than the porters. Then again, like I said, if you had something like a no rules, for example, I could any brewer would tell you, probably argue with me, but to me, no rules. If I drank it, I'd say it's a stout because it's a little sweeter to me. Obviously, they put stuff in there to be sweeter, and that's got a lot going on with it. So interesting enough, one of the things is that I had, and I got a little bit of flack back on it was to me, I tasted like maple syrup in there, but there is no maple syrup in No Rules. But the turbinado sugar that's used in it, if you look at what it is, one of the substitutes they recommend is maple sugar if you can't find that. So, which could definitely give it the mapley taste to it. I've read reviews and I've seen reviews where they'll say they've tasted a banana and IPA, and I'm like, well, I haven't seen that, but that's what I mean. It's all up to opinion there. A brewer would honestly be your best bet if you wanted to know exactly what's in it. But usually the can will tell you. I mean, for example, I've got let's see what I got here. I've got crop duster right here. So we got a from the Armory a Citra IPA. Anyways, so if you wanted to try some Citra hops, maybe single out that. Maybe pick up a crop duster this weekend. Sometimes it's not the truth on the label. So if you had like Bell's Two Hearted, it says it's an ale. So not to be confused with an old style ale like Speckled Hen or something like that, or what's it called? Hop Slam is considered an ale as far as on the label, but they're both IPAs, obviously. One totally different than the other. So, but through the fact that excuse me, through the fact that you need to try the single ones and then get to the complex profiles later, my suggestion is just get a can that they say that this is the main ingredient. And then maybe you can get from that. For example, what's it called? It's coming out too pretty soon. I like a lot, and it's like West Coast have the Galaxy hops in there. So Australian style or Tasmanian hops they call them in that. I don't know if that's really a term or not, but that for example, that's coming out. Tasmanian Hatter's coming out by New Holland. It's local. It should be out in the next month, I would think, because it's usually around summertime. I like Galaxy hop beer, so that would be a good one to try. See what you think of that, and then maybe if you like that style of beer, then go with try to find those with that. And then you've got some juicy IPAs like M43. I think I did a review on that one. If I didn't, it's coming. But I think everybody's had that one lately. It's pretty hot. That one's got like five different kinds of hops in it. So if you're gonna single out that, you might actually have a better taste bud than me with it. But I taste the juiciness of it, the grapefruit, let's say, profile and stuff like that. That's what it's all about. So as well as the hops balanced in there. But so anyways, long story short, you can try all these different beers and get your opinion. Like I said, I'm going to try to do some brewing myself so I can be more knowledgeable. That's probably going to come around the fall time. I'm going to get me a kit. And maybe I can get somebody, I don't know if he's listening or not, but I don't know. I'll name drop. Maybe I can get Edwin, or maybe have a beer in his garage. He's down the street, owns City Built, one of the owners of City Built. And he's a hell of a brewer. But anyway, so maybe get some tips from him, just a casual thing. And then as well as me trying to do mine, I'm going to learn more. So you only can be, it's okay to be ignorant. And I'm not saying you're ignorant, viewer. I'm saying myself, for example, like, you can only learn more. So another thing is this was another explanation of how you learn on things. So they had it about 4 or 5 years ago. It was for, I want to say, Art Prize. They had founders had Mosaic Promise. So they had Mosaic Promise, really good beer. Then 2 years later, or maybe even a year later, they came out with All Day IPA. So I had All Day IPA, and I was sitting myself and drinking it, and I'm like, okay, this beer, it tastes just like Mosaic Promise, All Day IPA does. So it was the Mosaic hops. So then, like I said, so I was able to pick out, okay, now I know exactly what this Mosaic hops tastes like, because it was prevalent in both of the beers that they had. So like I said, everything's kind of learning on demand. The only thing I can really tell you is if you watch my videos and I steer you into a beer and I tell you it's really good, if you listen to what I describe and I say it's really good, I could be wrong, but I think you're going to be very happy with your purchase. If I say, I really like this one, but you can get it, then maybe put it lower on your list as far as priorities are concerned. Another thing too is learn your taste style, what you like. For example, I'm not a huge sour guy, but I know the ingredients and the quality of a sour. For example, Mitch, he does such great job with that from speciation artesian ales. So with Mitch's, even though I'm not into that style, I really want one of his beers, because if I get one of his sour beers and I share it, people just enjoy it so much. And that's what it's all about, is having fun and enjoying things and seeing what it's all about. So with my reviews, I'm trying to, my edge is with it, and my interpretation is, I'm going to try to get you a good beer that you can go and pick up on the weekend, or pick up, you got a day off and you just want to have a beer, whatever, or just to have a beer. But my thing is if you get it from me, I'm not going to sit here and smell the glass for an hour. Okay, I'm going to tell you what's good. I believe what's good, what I find the notes, and I could be wrong at times. Like I just mentioned, the turbinado sugar and the no rules. But the thing is anybody going to turn no rules down? No. Was I right that it was sweet? Yes. And like I said, and then you just, if somebody says it, you learn from that experience, and you go on from that. But anyway, so that's pretty much it. So I would say start with something small, and then the better you get, maybe you can define more stuff in there and pick out what you taste. And if you taste something that somebody says that isn't in there, hey, that's your opinion. So stick to what you believe. If for some reason you think there's a banana in there and there isn't, maybe you don't tell everybody that you taste banana, but hey, keep it to you. I'm not, nobody's going to fault you. It's all about enjoying the beer. So anyways, that's my opinion. So just, and my question answered for you is, start out with something small. Like I said, maybe an IPA too, and go with one that has like Citra hops or Galaxy hops or Mosaic hops or whatever, and then go from that, and then go to something maybe like a juicy IPA. Maybe you can pick out more. But anyways, that's it. You guys have a great weekend, and thank you for the question. Please email us again another one, or even if you're really busy, if you want to hit a note on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and say, hey, could you ask Big John to answer a question, and I'll do a video for it, and just for you, but leave your name too. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.